The document we released today finally answers the question tens of millions of Americans are asking. Will we leave to our children a stronger, healthier, more prosperous country than our parents left us? As we stand here before you, the future of the country hangs in the balance. Across this great nation, mothers and fathers wonder if their children will find the same opportunities for success that existed just a generation ago. Can you blame them? As a result of the economic, disastrous policies of the current administration, millions of Americans today are out of work. And our children will be saddled with a deficit and debt that is by every definition out of control. We have more people depending on food stamps to feed their families than at any other point in history. The economy is so dire that 1 in 6 Americans has to rely on government assistance for financial support. 1 in 6. The land of opportunity has become the land of shrinking prosperity. Americans across this country are outraged, and so are we. Just as John Hancock boldly signed his name to the Declaration of Independence so that even Britain's King George could read it, I want to say this slowly so there is no room for misinterpretation. Our government has failed us. From the billion-dollar bailouts to the stimulus package that failed to stimulate, to the government takeover of health care, you cried stop. But the Democratic majority in Washington has refused to listen. We are here today to tell you that we have been listening, and we've heard you. We heard you loud and clear. And we assure you there is nothing more inspiring than the common voice of the common man. When you said you wanted a more prosperous, competitive economy, we heard you. When you said you wanted a more accountable government, we heard you. When you said you wanted to repeal the health care bill, we heard you. We know that you want a government dedicated to working for the people, and that's why we've written this pledge to America, our solemn commitment to serving you. This pledge isn't about Republicans or Democrats, liberals or conservatives. It's about you. This pledge focuses largely on 3 things: a plan to create jobs, end economic uncertainty, and make America more competitive. A plan to cut wasteful Washington spending and reduce the size of government. A plan to reform Congress and restore trust in government. The new agenda embodies Americans' rejection of the notion that we can simply tax, borrow, and spend our way to prosperity. It offers a new way forward that hasn't been tried in Washington, an approach focused on cutting spending, which is sadly a new idea for Congress. To put Americans back to work, our agenda seeks to eliminate uncertainty for the private sector, the innovators and entrepreneurs who create jobs. And it commits to immediate action to change the way Congress works. This pledge is a governing agenda that can be implemented right now if the powers that be in Washington will bring it up. We are calling on Speaker Pelosi and Majority Leader Reid to implement these proposals before Congress leaves this fall. We pledge to you that we will create jobs, end economic uncertainty, and make America more competitive. We will cut Washington wasteful spending and reduce the size of government. And we will reform Congress and restore your trust in government. We pledge to uphold the model for our country our founders envisioned: a grander America, the exception among the nations of the earth, where promise of liberty refreshes the hopes of mankind. And if our current troubles have somewhat dimmed the lights of that shining city on the hill, we pledge to recharge them. They will not go out on our watch. More than 60% of Americans believe our country is headed in the wrong path. They're right. The pledge is a governing agenda that we'll pursue today in order to turn the country around and put us back on the right track. We are optimists. We firmly believe we live in a land of great promise and great possibilities, a land where until recently our tomorrows held more promise than our yesterdays. And we are not ready to concede the fight for the prosperity of our country. We refuse to believe that that same American dream that shone so brightly for our parents had dimmed for our children. We must reverse our current course of action and reject the economically poisonous policies of the Democrat majority. We will take back our country. We will restore for a better future. This is our pledge to you, the pledge to America.